thing that we're told here is that the curve, the equation of the curve is y equals something x squared. And we're told that the curve goes through this point t, and t has coordinates 4, 2. So we can use those coordinates 4, 2 to find the value of lambda. So we know that the equation of the curve is y equals lambda x squared. Lambda is just a number, don't be put off by that. If we now substitute the point 4, 2 into that, so y is 2, 2 is equal to lambda times x squared. Well, that x squared is going to be 4 squared. So that means that 2 is equal to 16 lambda. So dividing both sides by 16, lambda is going to be 2/16, which is the same as 1/8. Okay, our next job is to find the equation of this tangent bt. And to find the equation of the tangent, we need to know the gradient of the curve. And we now know that the equation of the curve is y equals 1/8 x squared, because lambda is an eighth. So to find the gradient of the curve, we need dy by dx. So dy by dx is going to be 2 times 1/8. Well, that's a quarter x. Okay, power goes down by 1. So it means that at the point t, so at t, well, we know that x is equal to 4. We know that dy by dx is going to be a quarter of 4, and a quarter of 4 is just 1. So the gradient of this tangent is going to be 1. So the equation of the tangent, if we use the normal y equals mx plus c, we know in this case that y is equal to x plus c. Okay, we also know that the tangent goes through this point here, which is 4, 2. And if the tangent goes through the point 4, 2, we can substitute 4, 2 into this equation. Well, y is equal to 2 when x is equal to 4. So that's plus c. And that tells us that c is going to be minus 2, which means that the equation of the tangent is going to be y equals x minus 2. Okay, so there is our tangent. Okay, we are now asked to find the area of the shaded portion of the graph. Now, to find the area of the shaded portion, I am going to find the area underneath the curve, okay, between 0 and t, and we know that at t, the x-coordinate here is 4, so I'm going to find the area of the curve, this area, in other words, and then I'm going to take away the area of this triangle. First of all, though, to find the area of this triangle, I need to know the coordinates of point B. And point B is where this tangent, y equals x minus 2, meets the x-axis. Now, where something meets the x-axis, remember that the x-axis has equation y equals 0. So where the tangent meets the x-axis, y is equal to 0. So I'm just going to put that into the equation of my tangent. So if y is equal to 0, 0 is equal to x minus 2. And that tells me that x is equal to 2. So at this point here, B, the x value is 2. And if we look at this triangle, the distance from here to here is going to be 2, because it's the distance from 2 to 4. T has coordinates 4, 2, which means the height here is also 2, which means that the area of this triangle is going to be half base times height. Well, that's 2 times 2, and that's divided by 2. So the area of this is 2 units. Okay, let's have a go now at finding the area under the curve. Now, the area under the curve is found by integrating. So it's the integral from 0 to 4, so that's using the limits here and here of the equation of the curve. Now, we know that the equation of the curve is 1/8 x squared, and that's with respect to x. So I'm now going to integrate 1/8 x squared. Well, that's going to give me x cubed. Now, I've already got an eighth, and I'm going to also have to divide by 3 because there's a 3 here. So it becomes an eighth times a third x cubed, and that's from 0 to 4. So I'm finding the, I've now got to substitute into 1/24 x cubed from 0 to 4. And to make my life a little bit easier, I can take out that 24th and just have here x cubed from 0 to 4. So to substitute in then 1/24, I first of all substitute in the upper limit. Well, that's going to give me 4 cubed, and then I subtract the lower limit substituted in. Well, that's just going to be 0 cubed, which is just 0, which means that I'm going to just have to do a 24th times, well, 4 cubed is 64. So the area under the curve is 64 over 24, well, what's that? That's 32 over 12, which is 16 over 6, which is 8 over 3. So it's 8/3. What I now need to do is work out the shaded area, and to work out the shaded area, I'm going to work out the area under the curve, so that's this bit, and I'm going to take away the triangle, which is this bit. Now I've just worked out the area under the curve is 8/3. I worked out before that the area of the triangle is actually going to be 2, so the required area is going to be 8/3. Well, that's basically 2 and 2/3, take away 2, which gives me 2/3. So the shaded area is just 2/3. You can write square units if you want, there's no desperate need.